everyone, I'm Nick Bell with Line 6, and today we're going to be checking out how fun it is to play guitar with AMPLIFi. AMPLIFi uses a graphical editing app used for iOS and Android devices, so let's jump right into it and see where we can go. I pulled up one of the stock tones available on AMPLIFi. Let's start off by taking a listen to how this tone sounds. Let's start off by adding some reverb. I'm going to click the reverb icon, turn it on, and now let's hear what we get. Not a bad sound, but I want it a little different. I'm more of a plate guy. So let's change out the reverb. By pressing the reverb icon on the top left, it gives us our whole entire palette of reverbs. And so since I said I'm a plate guy, I'm going to go down and find our plate reverbs. I really like the vintage plate, so let's click that, press done. Now let's hear what we have. Not too bad. If I want to make that sound a little more aggressive, I can add something in front of the amp like an overdrive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the stomp icon in front of the amp. And we have a screamer up, so let's hear how that sounds. Let's turn that on. Pretty cool sound, very stratty. You know, I like some delays as well, and a little more gain, so let's start there. I'm going to go to the amp. Let's turn up our drive a bit. All right. So as you can hear, we're getting a little noisy here, and so what's the beauty within the app is we have this noise gate. So I'm going to go right over to that noise gate, turn it on, bring my decay down to about 10 or 20%. You know, this way we don't get any cutouts and such. You know, and a good setting is around, you know, anywhere from 75 to 65. So now we're nice and clean. Now what I really want is some good delays. And so I'm going to go over to our delay. And we have a stereo delay already going, and so I'll just simply turn that on. And now let's hear with some leads how that sounds. We could turn the mix up a little bit, and I want to hear a little more repeats, so let's go down to the, you know, to more of the feedback and kind of crank up the feedback on the left and the right. Now let's hear what we got. So that's more of a slapback delay, but what if I want some, you know, some longer trails? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this a little bit longer of a time here. Now let's hear what we got. So that could be real fun. What's great in the AMPLIFi app is we have this wah-wah here, our stationary wah, and so I could change it to any wah I want. Right now we have the Line 6 wah. I'm going to press the icon on the top left, and we have some awesome crybabies and wah pedals modeled here. One of my favorites being the Weeper. And, you know, let's hear how this sounds. So right now we have our regular sound. With some delays, let's turn those delays off and hear what we got. You know, I could turn on that wah-wah just by engaging it on our FBV. You know, we get that nice authentic wah sound. So far we've been working with a pretty heavy sound, but what if I just, you know, I'm in a different mood now and I want something really clean, maybe more of like a Nile Rodgers type of a sound. All I have to do is press the amp icon in the top left, and we're in British right now, and so the type of amp I want isn't a British amp, it's actually a clean amp. So we're going to go to type, and now I'm going to completely change the type of amplifier we're using. I'm going to start off by pressing clean, and the amp I'm looking for is this 1987 Jazz Clean. And this is kind of the tone we get from this amp. You know, still a little thin, I could bring in a little more drive. So not a bad sound. Now what if I want a little more of that kind of Nile Rodgers, more of that funk type sound? These amps, you know, those kind of jazz clean amps didn't sound the best with overdrive in front of them. So what we'll do is we'll put something like a compressor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down to this red comp, a really popular compressor. So what's another element we could add to this tone that we have? And one thing I was thinking of is a tremolo. So the way we could do this is I'll click on the modulation block below, And I'm going to want to drag this in front of the amp for the effect that we're going to be using. And I just do that. And so what we're going to do here is I'm just going to change out the U vibe by pressing the icon on the top left. And we're going to change this out for the opto tremolo here. Press done. And so what I want to do here is I want to be able to control the speed with my expression pedal. And to do this is you just press and hold on any parameter of any one effect. And when you press down and hold, you're going to get this message asking if you want to assign this to the tweak knob. Press OK. So we see assign a pedal. I'm going to select yes. And this will enable us to control the speed of our tremolo with our expression pedal. So I have a slow setting here. Let's hear how that sounds. And as soon as I move the expression pedal around, you're going to not only see the speed move, but you're going to hear it as well. And then I can move it down right to an area that I like. Whether it's an overdrive, a modulation, or even a filter, you can assign any one parameter of one effect to the expression pedal to make it very easy to control certain elements of your tone. So we dialed in several tones, had fun moving stuff around, and assigned a few things to the expression pedal. But now I feel like jamming. And thankfully, AMPLIFi now has jam tracks, so it makes this experience a lot more fun and easy. So to get to jam tracks, all you got to do is go down to the music tab on the bottom. And you have your option to play with your own music, but today we're going to select play jam tracks. And we see a whole array of blues, country, funk, jazz, metal. Today I'm in a rock mood, so let's use rock 1. And let's check out this half tempo. So now that I have a jam track that I want to use, let's pick a tone to solo over. I'm going to go over to tones, and I really dig the lead the way tone, so let's go with that. Alright, that's loaded, ready to go. I'm going to go back over to music, go to the beginning, and let's just play this and have some fun with it. So now you can see how fun it is to jam with AMPLIFi. For more information, visit us at line6.com or experience AMPLIFi for yourself at your local store. We'll see you next time.